Jason Smith basically seemed like he was told to write down whatever the production crew told him to do, and he did what he could with the dialogue. He tried his best. With some help with Judd Lin, he can hopefully do better. I don't know if he's actually gonna be part of Dino Charge or anything, but it'd be cool, having a recurring writer actor in the show. Something else for another article. Anyway, back to the villains of the episode, which I think were the main focal point of the episode. Uh, it really should have been villain centric, opposed to adding Troy and Noah into the mix. I mean, I understand the Power Rangers are the main characters supposedly, but you're not writing them well anyway. And why not? I should say not writing them well, because that'd be Jason Smith. Well, you know what I mean. They don't really have a good direction for the characters. They're just these characters with these kind of traits, but they don't make them an entire character. I felt like they had some really big opportunities to give some character to these villains in this episode, and I think that they were very interesting. It wasn't as done as well as Kaizo Sentai Gokaiger, but it was still. If you're a fan of the series, however many people that may be, uh, it's quite memorable for you guys. Uh, Vakar's jokes, I don't know if anyone find them funny or not. They probably should have tested them with a research group or something. I think maybe that it works really well with New Zealand fans or whatever, but it just as American fans, it didn't seem like 80s cool, and it didn't seem like Z movie, you know, The Room or something really campy, like 60s Batman or something. It or something like Brave and the Bold. It didn't seem. There's a lot of problems with the ADR, obviously. I don't know if there's a comedian scene. That's probably a big problem with. Well, I can't say that because I didn't really actually, investigate or research this. But the LA comedian scene, United is pretty big. Like in the United States, there's LA and there's New York. New Zealand, I'm not too sure. I mean, they got some good places to film, but I don't know about comedic timing. Doing some research on it now. Um, Charlie Haskell is the director, and he's done some pretty funny stuff actually. Um, he was involved not only in the Power Rangers series, the Disney ones, but also Hercules and Legend of the Seeker. And it definitely helped that Sam Raimi was around, but Hercules definitely had a lot of laughs involved. It appealed to a certain audience and accomplished what it was set to do. What could have been interesting is if they had had Jake or someone like Nick Sampson who played Chip in Power Rangers Mystic Force, a great example of a Power Rangers show that did very good adaptation, even though some of the execution might be poor. Have them play Var, like, was it Kelson? Henderson? Henderson, who played Flick and all these bad guys, not bad guys, auxiliary characters in the Power Rangers series, and had them, had him play because he's a humorous person. It really didn't seem like they had a plan as to how they were gonna make humorous. They just wanted to adapt the Japanese footage and make it sort of campy, but like he sort of it didn't work at all, and it sure kept it more serious since it was, after all, an invasion of Earth. However, let's completely forget about all that. Perfect storm happened, and my mind got completely get destroyed, and then a whole bunch of stuff happened, and all that doesn't matter. Let's completely forget about all the bad jokes that Vekar always says. Um, this is my favorite episode of his. He might have had. I think he might have been serious in the beginning, and then later on they camped him up after the bunny apple. But I don't know. I really don't want to review the rest of the series to figure out if that was my favorite episode or something else was. Uh, he wasn't as badass as he was when he was fighting the last time. He was a little bit weak, but I mean, well, back to that later. I mean, Vekar could have been a spin on Power Rangers, being the underdog, but being underdog villain opposed to underdog Power Ranger like Justin or Billy or the nerd stereotype seen in many shows in the 90s. Uh, I mean, there's definitely very interesting parallels between him and the Power Rangers. He could be parallel with Noah being the guy who wants to be stronger and stuff. There's also the parallel with him and Troy, like Troy's the leader of the Power Rangers Super Megaforce, and the car is the leader of the invasion forces but wants to seek more power. And that's what made Jetman so interesting. He was there's some holes in it, but Vikram's Radagast, that's some of the appeal he had in this character, and I think some fans appreciated that when they wrote his character. I mean, it really would have been cool if the car had given Troy some respect at the end of the episode by either condemning him for being everything he wasn't, or giving him a thumbs up, showing that he respected his amount of honor and accomplishment. Or maybe he just, did the opposite and just was absolutely annoyed at his own failure and tries, tries to take down the Great Power Ranger as a result. So interesting, definitely could have done there. I mean, isn't that what Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was all about? Failure, success, and honor. It's about that cycle that everybody goes through, and then little kids go through it, and then they know how to better themselves from it. That's called martial arts. That's that.